We are in the freaking fast lane to the best month and a quarter of professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is G1 Climax 29. Hello, everybody. I'm just a simple man, and my name is Noah Foster, and welcome to the simple Bracketology / Day 1 predictions video on what is going to be the best showcase of wrestling in the best format of wrestling year-round, the G1 Climax. And with me tonight is my fellow recent newcomer to independent wrestling. He's a holiday, he's a family man, he's passionate about wrestling, cruiserweight wrestling, and some cruiserweight type wrestlers known as junior heavyweights will be in this, and we're going to discuss. Here's the holiday, Mr. Chris Mace. Chris, how are you? Are you ready for your first G1 Climax?
Yes, I'm actually really excited. I've heard about it before. I've heard bits and pieces about it. I know what the winner gets, receives a title match at Wrestle Kingdom. It's going to be the first year I'll actually watch the entirety of it, so I'm very excited.
Excellent. All right, so with that, let's not waste no time. Let's go ahead and talk about the G1 Climax. So for those of you who don't know, the G1 Climax is held as the best wrestling tournament of the year. Wrestling observers all over the globe have held five-star classics from this magnitude showcase for people to get into wrestling if you don't know anything about it. So with that, I'm just going to tell you a little bit how it goes. It is a round-robin based tournament with 20 participants, each separated into two blocks. Block A of 10, Block B of 10. We got debuts, we got veterans, previous winners, and newcomers from all over the world in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and now really AEW. And we're going to get more into that shortly. The way you earn points in this is as follows. 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, because every match is 30 minutes long, and 0 points for a loss. And the top person from each block, even if it's tiebreaker, because there is a tiebreaker in this, that'll play, of course, later as we progress. Top person in each block will face each other in the finals with no time limit, and the winner basically guarantees themselves a shot at the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at the biggest show of the year, Wrestle Kingdom. However, sometimes the champ is in it, and the champ is in it this time too. If the champ, the IWGP Heavyweight Champ, wins this, he personally picks who he faces at Wrestle Kingdom. So with that, why don't we first talk about some of the participants here. And Chris Mace, I'm going to start with you. Out of the 20 so far that you've seen and heard of, who are you most excited to see in action?
Well, Moxley's my obvious choice. That's what I'm ready to see. But I am ready to see the real Kenta back.
Yes.
I heard so much about him. He had so much hype. Well, I mean, it's like I said, injuries happen, unfortunately. It's wrestling. This is not ballet. Injuries happen. It derailed a lot of his momentum. Had he not got injured, I think he would have been the one that beat Owens for the NXT title in Japan. But, you know, this neither here or there. He's back. The real Kenta is back. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited to see what he's going to pull off in the G1 series.
Yes, he is actually one of our debuts here as he put himself in the G1. The funny thing is, we have like a number of debut participants in this year's G1 Climax. It just goes to show how much impact, how much growth, how much expansion New Japan Pro Wrestling has accomplished over the years. Not only in Australia, not only in the States, not only in London, and not only in their main turf either. They're going worldwide, folks. It's here, it's real, it's wrestling. This year's debuts include, as you said, Kenta, but also the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and my personal excitement, Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay literally said he will kill himself to be remembered as his legacy, and he wants to do it in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He wants to prove New Japan Pro Wrestling is the best wrestling company in the world. And stay tuned for Two File That Matters this week. We're going to get into a very interesting discussion about that. But I digress. And he literally put New Japan Pro Wrestling to put in the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion in this because he truly believes that a Junior Heavyweight can main event the Tokyo Dome. Based on the fact that I follow Cruiserweight Wrestling, grown to love it, grown to know it, grown to analyze it now, I truly believe he can do it. I've seen his action. I've seen his heart. I've seen his matches. And I truly believe he's the guy that can lead us into a new way of main eventing wrestling. I mean, it still kind of baffles me how Melbourne Showdown tomorrow at the time of this recording He is the second to last match on that card against Robbie Eagles. I'm more excited for Sniper vs. Assassin than I am the special tag, to be honest with you. But I digress. So for me, that's my biggest surprise here, Will Ospreay. And this is his debut too. But not taking too long into talking about the other participants, let's just go through each block and talk about what we can expect. So first off, and this is no surprise, we have the champ himself, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like Kazuchika Okada is due for a one-on-one match with Minoru Suzuki, who unfortunately is not in the G1 Climax, but plans to unleash hell because he's not in it. Yep. In my opinion, I feel like Kazuchika Okada is one of the top-tier picks to take the whole thing. And the reason that I say that is because I've seen him in action a number of times, and he's actually won it twice. He won it in 2012 and 2014, and this will be his 8th consecutive appearance. And shout out to New Japan Pro Wrestling for all this great notes and bracketology, too, that helped with my research and summary. So I feel like Kazuchika Okada is one of the top-tier contenders to win. What is your thoughts on him, Chris?
I'm not sure quite yet. I'm more intrigued with how, when I did my brackets, coming up with the ways of how I think everything's going to play out. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to reveal all that yet. Like I said, only me and you know, like, pretty much what we've said and what we're doing right now. But I'm really intrigued about a lot of these matches, and it's going to be very interesting. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever watched a full one of these, so I'm going to find this to be very interesting with a lot of these matchups that are very intriguing.
Well, while you talk about that, let's go ahead and talk about our first match to predict, because it turns out the first day of the G1 Climax, which is being held, of course, on July 6th in Dallas, Texas. And if it's not necessarily on New Japan Pro Wrestling World, it will be live on Access TV, but it will be on New Japan Pro Wrestling World later on today. Mm-hmm. One of the very first matches is the champ, the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada, versus probably his longest, most toughest rival, now turned friend, the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi. This rivalry goes so far back. These two have met each other at Wrestle Kingdom, where Hiroshi Tanahashi has gotten the better of this guy, to the point that Okada said, I can't claim myself to leave the Japan feud until I beat this guy. And eventually he did. And for a while, you never thought these two would be on the same page, but due to the shenanigans and what the Bullet Club has become, these two seem to be more on mutual grounds. So I'm just going to go right out here and say it. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kazuchika Okada, opening day, that day. My pick to win that match, I didn't pick a winner. I said this match was going to go to a draw, and each person was going to get 1 point, because these two men know each other so freaking well. And you're going to make a major impact on opening day. Now, despite the fact Hiroshi Tanahashi's legs are destroyed beyond all belief, I feel like he can't even use the high five flow anymore. I feel like he and Okada can literally go the time limit distance. So, unfortunately, good brother Chris, he has not given us his prediction for opening day, and shout out to you, and go follow him on AEW Nation, folks. I'm sure there'll be predictions in the comments below, and stay tuned. This will not be the only video we do in this series. But to not take forever on this, Chris, who do you have winning this match? What is
Tanahashi.
Tanahashi, huh? What's your
I'm going with... Okay, everybody bear with me. I'm still learning a lot about New Japan, so bear with me. I know a little bit about it, so y'all bear with me on some of my logic. After reading up on Tanahashi and hearing a lot of stuff, how I've heard a lot of comparison, how he's like the modern-day version of John Cena in WWE, for example. I've heard. I mean, I'm just saying, just with his career, his longevity, and everything like that. I've read up how about Okada had a hard time beating Tanahashi, and he finally got his win. You got to win. I don't think it hurts Okada to take a loss to Tanahashi. They've had a great rivalry I've read about back and forth. I don't think it hurts Okada. He's the champion right now. I don't think it hurts Okada if Tanahashi beats him. I'm more intrigued to see if Tanahashi can beat him. Because if I remember right what I read, the last match they had, a single match Okada, that was the one that Okada beat him at, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so I don't think it hurts him. Okada's finally got his win over Tanahashi, which they had a long history of a feud and a long rivalry. I think Tanahashi is going to pick up the win. It doesn't hurt Okada.
All right. Very, very optimistic. And, of course, shout out to fellow member of Team Indy DQ, the lovely, the expressive the not sensitive, respect, Cindy G. She also did her bracket just recently, and let me just go ahead and bring hers up here. But while I do that, let's go ahead and get into some of the other participants here. So we talk about Okada and Naruto Tanahashi. I want to talk about Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr., he believes strong style is dead. It is now the age of Sabreism in New Japan. And he won the New Japan Cup last year and ended up facing Kazuchika Okada later on for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and lost. He came this close to tapping the man out. To me, this man seems unstoppable. He wagered his G1 Climax spot recently on Kazuna Road against the headhunter Yoshihashi in an incredible main event for not only his G1 Climax spot, but his British Heavyweight Championship, because he's the champ, of course. And he won, hands down. It was not an easy match, but he won. So I feel like that Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be one of those hidden gems you're going to want to watch in this, but I feel like his downfall could be his emotion. This is his first consecutive appearance in the G1 Climax, and he hasn't been like one of the top-tier scorers. So I'm very curious to see what Zack Sabre Jr. brings to the field, just to give you a little bit of idea on him. So let me ask you, good brother Chris, who else are you curious to see from Block A? Or do you have anything on Zack Sabre Jr.?
Well, we better call good brother Chris because he's not with us right now. But we'll have to call him later, though, about that.
Okay. That's all right. Chris and Chris.
But like I said, it's all good. But I don't know. I like Zack Sabre Jr. I've heard a lot about it. I've been watching some of his matches. I'm really actually interested in him, but unfortunately on this one, he's facing Sonata. Is what I have here. He's facing Sonata because I have like 9 pages of notes there. But you think I took this seriously? I have 9 pages of notes here. Just to let you know how serious I took this.
I'm going to turn this to a graph, too. So
yeah, I know. So, Sonata, I picked Sonata to take this one. That's what I picked.
Really? Okay.
I think reading up on some of the history of Zack Sabre Jr. and watching some of the matches and stuff he's had, I think his emotions get the best of them. I think that's what's going to end up being his downfall, and Sonata's going to pick up the win in 2 points.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know, you and I are sometimes opposite for a reason. I went the opposite way, actually. I went with Zack Sabre Jr. picking up the win over Sonata. Truth be told, Sonata, he's coming off some major matches, including a match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship against Kazuchika Okada, and lost, but looked strong in the long run. He's developed much more as a strong singles competitor, but I'm biased. I'm Suzuki-gun all the way. Casa ni na re. For those of you who don't know, New Japan Pro Wrestling is a battleground of factions. Everybody is showcased in tag team classics and forums that lead to the development of stories. And truth be told, the G1 Climax before these block matches, they're going to have tag team matches with the participants from the other blocks. Thus giving you a what their health's going to be and what momentum they might bring. But we're not going to really focus on those too much. We're going to focus on the G1 Climax matches. There's going to be 5 a night for a while. Anyway, I went with Zack Sabre Jr. actually picking up 2 points here against Sonata. And I feel like he's actually going to make him tap out. I feel it's going to be a battle of submissions because Sonata, he's got Skull in. But I feel like Zack Sabre Jr., he literally can lock up not only your legs, but your arms. If Sonata cannot reach anywhere to tap or say anything, he will verbally submit. Because he did the exact same thing to Hiroshi Tanahashi at G1 Supercard. But with that being said, I went with Sonata. You went the opposite way, and I got the lovely Cindy G's brackets here. Let's see here. Sonata and Zack Sabre Jr. She went with you. She said that Zack Sabre Jr. will lose, and Sonata will pick up a win with 2 points. And as far as the first match we were discussing, she also went with the Ace of New Japan, picking up the victory. So we're all very various here, and it's going to be curious how that all plays out. All right, so let's see. Who else we got here? Oh, I don't want to talk about this guy yet. I want to talk about Evil. Evil is a representative of LIJ. Or is he? I feel some dissension in the ranks ever since they lost their IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team title rematch opportunity against, who I believe is one of the greatest tag teams in the world, GOD, who are still champs at the time of this recording. Now, Evil and Sonata, it seems like they're still mutual friends, but it seems like Evil's going a separate way. Every tag match I see LIJ in, they do their little fist thing up in the air, solidifying themselves as Evil and respect for one another. Evil, since that match, has yet to do that with his brothers in LIJ. He walks off. He barely participates with them in tag matches, it seems. He's really in this, I feel, for himself and to prove a point. And for those of you who want to know a little bit about Evil's stance, this is his 4th appearance in 4 years, and he has yet to win one. So, looking at the opening day here, well, actually, I'll leave it here. Chris, what were your thoughts on Evil's match in the opening day and Evil in general?
Evil I find interesting, reading up some of his history. I find his character interesting. He's very intriguing to me, but unfortunately, he's facing, oh my God, let's see if I can even read my own handwriting. Let's see here, I ain't going to say it right. Bad Luch. Thank you. Thank you. You could say, you're going to have to say that one for me. Hey, I'm getting better, but I'm progressing. I actually picked him to win. I didn't pick Evil to win the first day.
Really? You picked Bad Luck Fale, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Bad Luck Fale has played an integral part in the development of New Japan Pro Wrestling. For those of you who don't know, he runs the Fale Dojo in Australia, which I believe contributes to the fact that New Japan Pro Wrestling has developed a partnership with Australia and Australian promotions and are trying to expand their services there, which is why they're still working on the streaming end. Now, 2 weeks ago, since that point, Fale, he's met a number of people. There's a new coach now in the dojo, but he still leads there by example. And then people from that dojo, they move up to the New Japan dojo or LA dojo that he also sometimes watches over. He's also OG, Original Bullet Club, since the incarnation done by Prince Devitt, a.k.a. Finn Balor. So I expect Bad Luck Fale, but unfortunately, he usually has one of the lowest scores in the G1 Climax. So you went with Bad Luck Fale. I don't think I did. I think I went with Evil. I did. I went with Evil picking up the win, 2 points. And let's see what the lovely Cindy G had to say here. She said that She said that Evil will beat Bad Luck Fale as well. So you're the odd person out right now between the 3 of us. So,
hey, in all fairness, everybody watching this video, this is my first year doing it. Noah has been watching New Japan for a while. Cindy is very knowledgeable in New Japan. You know what? I had fun learning about all this stuff and my predictions. This is all in fun to me. I had fun. So if y'all go, well, that's a stupid pick. Hey, guess what? I did it. I took time to do it. They're my picks. Guess what? If that happens, it happens. They win, they win. They lose, they lose. Simple as that. That's all I'm going to say.
I will also say this. Unlike other promotions, New Japan Pro Wrestling can certainly surprise you. As you know, I recently did a complete bracketology in the best of Super Juniors. And I never thought I would saw some of the outcomes. I couldn't believe it. Rocky Romero beat El Fantasma. That still baffles me. And now they're having a rematch, apparently, for his British Cruiserweight Championship at Melbourne, Australia, Southern Showdown. At time recording, don't know who won. And I can't wait to watch that either. So never, ever count on anyone in New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is just our predictions and our opinions based on what we believe, based on what we read, what we've seen, and the fact that I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling every day. Sometimes during Raw, SmackDown Live. But I digress. All right. So let's move on from there to, let's see. Okay. This one I want to talk about here. Oh, and I probably should give some details now that I think about Bad Luck Fale. This is the 6th consecutive appearance, folks, in the G1 Climax. So we'll see what happens there. But let's talk about this guy. He says everybody dies. He represents Killer Elite Squad. And he represents Suzuki-gun. Casaninare, my favorite faction, if y'all don't realize it. His name is Lance Archer, one of the biggest, baddest people in G1 Climax and in New Japan Wrestling in general. And this will be his first appearance in 5 years. He has yet to win one. But then you have one of my picks to win the entire thing. That's right, one of my top picks, saying it now. Will Ospreay. His debut, the man wears the heart on his sleeve, and also it's one of his moves, Hidden Blade. And he's the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and he won Best of Super Juniors 26. He's not only been in Best Super Juniors, he's also been in the New Japan Cup, and now he's in the freaking G1 Climax. This guy is doing it all in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, that being said, Lance Archer, he is a big, bad dude. But Will Ospreay believes he's not just the aerial assassin. He's the assassin. He believes he can contend with heavyweight. And that's what this tournament is primarily surrounded by, heavyweights. And the thing is, he has beaten Lance Archer one-on-one before. I've seen it. He challenged heavyweights, and he literally pulled off the Stormbreaker on Lance Archer, when I thought Lance Archer was going to break it in half during the New Japan Cup earlier this year. So, with that being said, Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer, I went with Will Ospreay. So, Chris, what did you go with?
Hey, we actually picked the same thing this time, so I went with that Will Ospreay too. Woohoo!
What was your reasoning? What was your reasoning?
Because I heard he had beat Lance Archer before, and he is a phenomenal wrestler. I don't care what anybody says. Whoever gives him grief, whatever, that's y'all's opinion. He is a phenomenal wrestler. He is on one of my top 10 lists. After watching a lot of work he's done, he's easily on my top 10 list of wrestlers right now. Easily.
Wow. That's quite an accolade for that guy. But you're right. I mean, he's done it all. Mad respect to this man. And I believe he's going to have some killer physical impact in this year's G1. Not to mention, this guy, let's just say, this Suzuki-gun, when you're dealing with Suzuki-gun, expect the unexpected. Because these guys will do things you don't expect, and they all hurt really bad. So it's going to be very curious to see what Lance Archer could do against Will Ospreay. And I mean, he's coming off an epic showcase from a 5-on-5 over-the-top elimination match at the end of one of the Kazuna Road days against Chaos Faction. So he's been in the ring with most of these guys. So he was, I think, one of the last ones to be eliminated. So I'm very curious to see how this plays out. And Cindy, she picked Will Ospreay to win as well. We're all unanimous here.
Yeah, we're all unanimous on one.
Yeah, first time for everything, right?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, wait, actually, am I looking at this right? Will Ospreay, Lance Archer. Oh, she may have not necessarily picked everybody yet, actually. She's fickle. They're both 0. She hasn't picked yet, I think. Either that or they were getting around one. Then you need to look at the bracket again. Anyway, moving on.
Unless she picked them to be a draw, we don't know what to find out.
Well, the thing is, if it's a draw, then they each will get 1 point. Now, if the match gets thrown out, then it could be 0-0. I mean, that is a possibility because you are dealing with that. I haven't thought about that, though. I will say this.
I didn't think about that either.
I will say this in advance. None of my matches are zeros as far as both competitors in a match. I don't see any match going to the point that neither man gets a point. But I digress. I'll talk more about my bracket.
Same here with man.
All right, so we only got one more. Oh, let's see here. Do I have anything else to say about Lance Archer, Will Ospreay? Nope, that's pretty much it. Which leads us to our last match of the opening day and the last match for the opener of all the participants in the G1 Climax Block A. Kenta. Oh my gosh, I had never thought I'd seen this coming, and I cannot wait. Please protect your neck. The Golden Star, Kota Ibushi. First off, Kota Ibushi, 3rd appearance in 5 years. And Kenta, he's got Satoshi as his backup partner, it seems, okay? Kota Ibushi, he just recently signed a new deal with New Japan. He wants to finish out in New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's where he wants to live, where he wants to stay. It's where he wants to showcase, where he wants to love wrestling. This guy's coming off 3 incredible bouts against Tetsuya Naito to the point I feel like he should be handicapped. How the hell does this man still have a neck? What the hell? Now he's in the G1 Climax, and he's going against one of the hardest strikers in the world in what you're going to see, as you said, the real Hideo Itami, Kenta. Now, this is Kenta's debut. This is going to be his debut in the G1 Climax. This is Kota Ibushi, and this man is going through a darker resuscitation in his mind to the point that he will punch your heart stop. So, with that being said, because I don't want to be biased, but I cannot go against in a lot of these matches. I'm saying about I cannot go against the Golden Star. He's one of my top 5 to win. I picked Kota Ibushi beating Kenta. Chris, what about you?
I am very happy that Kenta is returning to New Japan. I am so excited to see this match. This is my match that I want to see. Of the first set of matches is the match I want to see happen.
All right.
I'm not betting. I'm not going for Kenta. I'm going for Ibushi. Kenta I believe, will have one of the best showings he's had in years in his debut back. I don't see him beating Ibushi, so I'm going with Ibushi to win.
There you go. But Kenta's going to bring his form of wrestling, Kenta style of wrestling. And he's held the GHC Heavyweight Championship to close to a year, so I am not counting this guy out of this thing. But against Kota Ibushi, It is hard to bet against Kota Ibushi. But he's going to show his pro wrestling to the world, and I cannot personally wait to see it. And with that, let's see here what Cindy said. Was she fickle on this too? Cindy said, she actually got a result here, but this is interesting. She said it would go to a draw. Both men get 1 point.
And that's possible too, but I didn't put that. I have draws in my bracket later down the road, but I don't have one here.
Yeah. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, those are our opening bracketology on Block A and our open predictions for day one of the G1 Climax coming from Dallas, Texas on July the 6th. It will be on live on Access TV and later on New Japan Pro Wrestling On Demand. And then following that, we will have a 7-day hiatus. Be like, holy bleep, what the frick did we just see? And then hopefully the holiday here and maybe Goodbye Chris and Cindy, they'll be back to give us our thoughts on the opening day as well as we break into Block B. But until then, folks, we're done for now. We're just going to keep you in suspense till then because, again, Block B is not a participant yet. They don't start till the 13th. So with that, we are done here for now, and I cannot wait for this friggin' G1 Climax to start. Oh, boy. But for now, Chris, a pleasure as always. I cannot wait to get your further thoughts on your bracket and this incredible tournament and wrestling and just your overall pleasant surprises and what you are not going to declare a 5-star match. Do you want to plug anything and where can people find you?
Well, before anything, I want to say one thing, though, about all this. Bill said, this is fun for me because this is my first one I'm ever watching. I remember watching round-robin tournaments in WCW. Yes, I'm that old, everybody, so just so everybody knows. Like I said, I loved that concept then. This is going to be a new experience for me, and I am very excited to see how this all plays out. And I hope that, and see, right now, me and Noah, we know who we predicted who's going to win. We're going to see if it plays out that way. And if it plays out that way, I'll be happy. But if it doesn't, you know what? This is wrestling. This is all entertainment. And New Japan is a completely different beast. If you will never see anything like it until you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. Those are some of the hardest hitting matches. That's the reason why they call it strong style. Definitely worth the checking out. And if you've never watched anything before New Japan, this is the best opportunity to get a showcase of some of the great wrestlers in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and that's what I'm getting to experience for the first time. So,
yep.
But anyways, so you can't really follow me right now, so we've already discussed that in the last video if you watched that, so we're good. But like I said, Sport Aftermatch Wrestling, those guys worked their butts off. They're going to be on episode 50 of the Tea Party next week. Congrats to them on that. They do a lot of work on their shows. Follow Colin Andrews. He does a lot of work with his chopping block. The quickest prediction videos you will ever see, but very entertaining. Always good thing. Follow Cindy G. She is the Duchess, but she is also a good friend of all of ours. She's, if not anything, she's the Duchess of ODQ. She could be the queen of the NXT team. That's all I'm saying. I'm putting it out there now. And said follow James and Owen. They do great work. They're two great guys. Very vocal, but they're always entertaining. And last but not least, follow good brother Chris, because like I said, he's part of the AEW Nation, one of the original founders of the AEW Nation. They got over 7,000 right now. They're doing a great job over there. Check their page out. And last but not least, we have our own Facebook page, but are starting up. But I'll let Noah handle that because I got to work on not plugging everybody else's shows that I'm on.
And it's on good wrestling. Play as much as you want. You don't bother me. Just a video. But thank you as always, man, for your passion in wrestling and just the entertainment, personality, and intelligence you bring. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know more about me or more about wrestling like this and beyond, know this. I'm just a simple man. If you haven't figured it out by now, I am a lifelong fan of wrestling. So if you want to follow me and talk anything wrestling, follow me on Twitter at nodq.com/Noah, or for those that hate URLs, at nfox1916, or follow my simple YouTube channel here at youtube.com/users/NoahFox210, where you will get more New Japan Pro Wrestling content, AEW content, Impact Wrestling content, Ring of Honor content, WWE content, Multi-205 Live, and of course independent wrestling content, because independent wrestling matters. Whether it's reviews, recaps, predictions, or bracketologies like this, and I will be doing this throughout the G1 Climax, so stay tuned. You're in for a ton of great stuff, so like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to know when the next video is going to go up. But if you want to know more about why I do this, support NoDQ. They're the biggest things I'm in YouTube. So buy a shirt, nodq.com/shirts. Big sale coming up on the holiday, July 4th. No pun intended. And go to the official website, follow my social media platforms, make a friend, make an enemy, or control virtue. Anything's up in wrestling to debate. So go comment on something because your opinions matter. Whether it's columns, polls, memes, reviews, gifts, actually female pics, you name it, it's there. It's wrestling. Check out my latest videos here where I give you an indie view on Defiant Wrestling, my predictions on Ring of Honor Best of the World, and of course my predictions and my excitement for Sniper vs. Assassin at New Japan Pro Wrestling Sun Showdown in Melbourne, Australia. And stay tuned for more on Cruiserweight Wrestling and my series, #205 Lives Matters, every week. Next week we'll be celebrating episode number 25. Can't wait. And as Chris was disclosing, if you want to be part of the wrestling fund for Cruiserweight Wrestling, 205 Live and Beyond, we do have a Facebook group now. It's #205 Lives Matters. Just come on in and answer our questions. And if we see you have the same type of heart and dexterity as us for that special form of wrestling and maybe that brand, we'll let you in. Simple as that. And as always, I like to close, including support independent wrestling. Support your local wrestling outlets, both big and small. And let's keep growing this diverse, incredible, constantly expanding, growing, competitive, wrestling community together. Simple as that. With that, thank you all again for tuning in for this brief, simple bracketology video on Block A and opening predictions for opening day. We'll be back some point next week to discuss our thoughts on opening day and give you our predictions for Day 2 of G1 Climax, which will be the first day of Block B action, as well as simple bracketology for Block B. And I'm sure the rest of Team IndyQ that wants to join in the fun will have their brackets put out as well. But until next time, go enjoy some great wrestling. This weekend is loaded. Ring of Honor, Best in the World, New Japan Wrestling, Sun and Showdown, and Defiant Wrestling, Built to Destroy, and so much more. Wrestling never rests, and sometimes neither do I, but I do plan to shortly. So until the next video, hope you enjoyed. Take care. Treasure your family. Enjoy wrestling. Enjoy life. And have a good night.
Have a good night, y'all. We continue the tour of wrestling.
For life.
That's, yeah.
Amen.